First thing we really need to get into is the 5-mile rule. And that's kind of interesting because if you take a look at local business and where local business comes from, you'd be surprised to find out that 80% of local business comes from people who live or work within 5 miles of a business location. Now, take a look at what that means when it comes to local. It's kind of dramatic. So if you really want to know where all your customers are, they're within 5 miles of your location. Now, the other thing you need to take a look at is that because of what's happening with the internet, what's happening with mobile, all other local ad solutions are really dead. Traditional advertising mediums are just losing their effectiveness. Up until now, we had the phone directory, newspapers, TV, telemarketing, direct mail, print ads, even email. And if you take a look at it, what happens, where do you have your phone directory? When's the last time you actually used the Yellow Pages? I use it as a doorstop. Newspapers, they're dying. They're actually going online, and their readership is declining really rapidly. TV used to be, when you would watch TV, you'd have to sit through the commercials. Not anymore. You've got a DVR, you've got a TiVo. People are fast forwarding through the commercials. Telemarketing was great until the do not call list came around. And direct mail, it's a good medium, except it's expensive, and the yields are only between 1 and 2%. Print ads, same thing. Magazines and print, just the cost is going up and the readership is going down. Email was a great medium, but unless it's a list that you really own and you know how to market to it correctly, spam software, for the most part, will go ahead and block and filter a good portion of who you're trying to reach. So the solution is this. This is introducing to you the Google Place page. Now, this is one, and we're not going to get into it hugely specifically, but this is a place page. This resides on Google. And this is a specific page for a specific business. Happens to be one of my clients, but we'll get into the specifics of that as we go on. But I want you to know that the answer is in Google Place pages. Now, Google Places is the king of local. There are 50 million place pages. In fact, Google went ahead and aggregated data from Yellow Pages, from InfoUSA, all sorts of different spots, and they've actually put together 50 million place pages. They cover every type of business, from tailors, restaurants, optometrists, dentists, to locations like museums, dog parks, where's the subway, where's the baseball field. It's all together. They put this together knowing that local would be huge and maps would be huge. But here's the thing. Out of those 50 million listings, only 2% of the listings in the U.S. have been claimed. Although Google Places is actually free, you actually have to know what to do, and most guys are just not savvy enough to know that they can claim their place page. So worldwide, about 4 million listings have been claimed, and out of that, 2 million listings have been claimed on the United States. So that's 98% that are still available to be claimed. I don't know about you, but can you say huge opportunity? Having a Google Place page just became more important. And it's very funny because I was actually putting this together for everyone, and just last week, Google changed how local is viewed. And I actually had to start from scratch and change some of this presentation. In fact, as we go on, you'll see that there'll be updates because Google changes things and updates things to make the user experience better. So place search results will begin appearing automatically on Google when they predict you're looking for local information. I'm going to say that again. Place search's results, okay, for the places will begin appearing automatically on Google when they predict you're looking for local information. In addition, you'll find a new link for places in the left-hand panel of the search results page, so you can switch to only looking at the local place results whenever you want. So this is the way it looked yesterday. Okay, you'd look for an optometrist in San Jose, and you'd have a map, and you'd see these listings to the right here. This is what it looks like today. See the difference? I'm going to go, this is yesterday. This is with today. Now take a look at this. This is an enhanced organic listing. And I'm going to show you over here. You can see all the places. All right, these are all the place results in the middle of the organic results, and they kind of stand out a little bit more. And they show reviews and pictures from the place page. It's pretty remarkable. You see, this is A. If you go over the map here, it's A. And you can do this on your own computer, and you can see this. And these are sponsored. If you take a look at this, is a tag. A tag costs $25 a month to be enhanced with. But this is pretty dramatic. Again, I'm going to show you again. Yesterday, today. Yesterday, today. Big, big change. Great for local. Now take a look at this. This is now what the dentist listing here in Clearwater looks like. You can see, again, you have a couple of organic listings on the top, and we went over that in the last video, how you have some major, like 1-800-DENTIST and dentist directories that'll show up in a listing. But here you have 7 listings, and they're all for local businesses. And take a look at this. We have first one happens to be my client. Isn't that interesting? And they have some reviews, and it has all their local information there, and it goes to their place page, and you can see here on the map it all corresponds. But big difference. Now these are enhanced listings, as I said. More information than your typical organic result. Sometimes they have pictures, they show reviews, and they're linked to directions and maps. In many cases, they're above the organic rankings. So, in actual fact, search changed in a major sort of way last week, and that's only to our advantage. So take a look at this. This is the place page. I showed you it before, but I'm going to show it to you more specifically. When you go ahead and click on that place listing, you're going to be able to get directions, be able to go to maps, you'll be able to see the actual website, and you can go ahead and start looking at the reviews. And these are things that the actual client, okay, or what we'll be doing for our clients, will add to it. Take a look at this. These are, these are reviews here, etc., and so on. This is, this is a page on Google. Get that, okay? It's free. It's on Google. Most guys have no clue how to go ahead and claim this. It also means that your client doesn't necessarily have to have a website for you to be able to get them high on local search and get them business. Here's another one. Here's another enhanced listing. Okay, this is another place page. This is for an Indian restaurant in San Francisco. 35 reviews. See, they have their categories. Shows where they're located. Picture of where they are. And photos from the owner, and then also from other local directories. It's pretty cool, right? So you really need to know that maps drive sales. 20% of all searches on Google are related to location. And you should also note that Google has mailed out favorite places window decals to around 200,000 businesses around the United States. I think I showed you a picture of one in one of my clients' office, but it's pretty dramatic. You got to get that maps are the new yellow pages. So the other thing you need to note, and this is really, really cool, once you set this all up, maps are mobile. They're already mobile enabled. Google is likely to win in mobile. I will tell you why I see that. The Yahoo Bing Search Alliance is kind of crazy, okay? I mean, it was probably good for them to do from a search standpoint, but they're so far behind when it comes to technology, I can't even begin to tell you. And they don't have market share. Google has most of the market share. And part of the problem is that Microsoft is in competition with Google because of the Google versus Bing thing. But Microsoft is also in competition with Apple because Apple and, Microsoft, I mean, you saw that, getting the Mac versus Microsoft thing. And so Microsoft, which has been a very strong company over the years, is not only fighting one 800-pound gorilla, it's fighting several 800-pound gorillas. So there you go. And the other thing to note is Google has also been involved with the development of smartphones, smart operating systems, etc., and so on. So my bet, as far as local search and maps and whatnot, I think Google's going to win. And that's why I think they're going to win. So local web and mobile are mandatory because, as I said in the last video, and I'll say again, the mobile web is coming. It's in your hand. It's in your smartphone. Look at what your kids are doing. And this is a pretty neat picture of a Google Maps favorite place sticker that's sent out, and that's another QR code. That's those two-dimensional codes that can either give you information or send you to a particular web location just by scanning it. And this is how a listing looks on a map. Okay? It has a picture, it shows where it is, it shows you, you know, a little bit about it, and then the interesting thing is, as you see underneath, you can see directions, you can save it to your smartphone. There's a lot of places that can go. So to be effective in local, you must fuse web, mobile, and offline. And that's why we're calling it local mobile fusion, because really all these mediums are fused together, because you're going to see offline strategies that fuel web, that fuel mobile, and vice versa. But they all have the same goal in mind, which is drive business to our customers. So this is kind of interesting. Take a look at this. This is a mobile coupon. And it's a mobile coupon that you can make on Google for free and drive people to. That's pretty cool. Here's another shopping results. This is all local results. Look at this, and you can do this. This is on a cell phone. This is not done on a computer. This is done on a cell phone. So this is the future of the web. Get that. I'm going to say it again. This is the future of the web. So www, okay, World Wide Web is now mobile World Wide Web. And get that this market is growing exponentially. It's getting bigger and bigger. And by the time we get done with this last module, you know, if your jaw isn't on, you know, by your knee going, oh my gosh, look at all this stuff, I'd be very surprised. Google Places is a huge opportunity for local, and we're going to go ahead and really position ourselves so that we can get a lot of business out of that and help a lot of people. I mean, that's what you need to know, is if you're set up for Places, you're already set up for mobile, and that's really important. So the future is here. It is now.